Hey guys, welcome back. My name's Natalie and today we're going to be talking about self-compassion. I did a video recently talking about meditation and I did some research for it and I happened upon the concept of self-compassion and I had never heard of it before, so it was a new idea for me. And I just started looking into it and I found it very interesting and something that I wanted to share with you guys. I'll be talking about a TED Talks video with Kristin Neff, who has spent many years studying this topic of self-compassion. And then I'll also be covering two separate articles. I will make sure to link the video below and also the two articles so you can read them. Kristin Neff is the co-founder of the Center for Mindful Self-Compassion and author of the book called Self-Compassion, The Proven Power of Being Kind to Yourself. She says that self-compassion can offer a lot of benefits that self-esteem cannot, and that self-compassion is not a judgment. It's about relating to ourselves kindly and embracing ourselves as we are, flaws and all. She defines self-compassion as having three components. One is self-kindness, two is common humanity, and the third one is mindfulness. She goes into more depth about common humanity and asks two questions. One is, how am I the same as others? And the second question is, what does it mean to be human? To be human means to be imperfect. And I love what she says next, which is, our imperfection is precisely what connects us to other people. And she goes into more depth about mindfulness. And she talks about how self-criticism and how we need to acknowledge the pain we are causing ourselves with self-criticism in order to give ourselves compassion. Now I'm going to talk about the first article. And this article talks about the difference between self-esteem and self-compassion and how it can affect you and your relationships. It talks about how therapists are focusing more and more on the importance of self-compassion. It also talks about research that shows that high levels of self-compassion may have a positive impact on recovery from post-traumatic stress and prevent caregiver burnout, which obviously is a really important thing to be taking into consideration right now. We've got to make sure that the people that are taking care of other people are also being taken care of and taking care of themselves. It mentions a specific type of therapy called mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, and it is meant to increase self-awareness and thus positively influence levels of self-compassion. And it says, the goal of this treatment is for people to see themselves separately from the negative thoughts and moods they may experience, which I've kind of talked on this subject before, saying that, you know, all the things that I do to lead a more happy and peaceful and positive life, you know, definitely one of the things is to separate yourself from that negative thought or negative thoughts and moods. So, and meditation is something that's really helped me with that. You know, so I like that they're doing this therapy that specifically says that that's how they can improve your mood. The second article actually goes into more depth on this topic, and it talks about Kristin Neff again. It talks about our critical inner voice and the need to stand up to it, and that the attitude needed to do this is self-compassion. Kristin Neff is quoted in this article to say that self-compassion is associated with greater emotional resilience, more accurate self-concepts, more caring relationship behaviors, as well as less narcissism and reactive anger. With self-compassion, we can learn to tune out the critical inner voice that holds us back and establish a healthy and authentic sense of self. I will make sure to link the book that Kristin Neff wrote down below. Like I said, I just picked it up, so I'm excited to start reading that, and I will leave you with a quote from Kristin, and it says, "The more we are able to keep our hearts open to ourselves, the more we have available to give to others." And that's something that I definitely agree with and feel like is something that I want to work on. Hopefully this is something that you have found interesting and maybe has opened your eyes to a way of being a little more gentle with yourself and how that may affect your relationships, but also, making sure that everyone is doing this for themselves. So I hope that you liked it, and if you want to talk about it, we can. Let me know in the comments below. If you've read this book, I'd like to know that as well, what your thoughts are. It would be an interesting conversation. I hope you have a great rest of the week, and until next time.